This is Genesis Love. I wish you the peace and blessings of the universe and God's love. So I want to read you this email. It was a letter from someone who wanted to tell me to get lost, and did so in this carefully constructed way so as to make themselves seem like the saint, of course, and to make me seem like this seemingly horrid nag that would just not go away. It was a brilliant stroke of writing, and let me go ahead and read it for you. It's over. I have been kind, and again you have not respected my boundaries. And now you are being vulgar. You stated you were used, comfortable with argumentative women. I told you I valued my peace. I do not want or will not tolerate violence, yelling, cursing, etc. Let's not do this. It's clear you are not patient, calm, or respectful enough to maintain a friendship. No one is gaslighting you. Focus on healing as I am focused on healing me. Work on your self esteem, your issues with transactional relationships, needing to be constantly validated, depression, anger issues, and personal hygiene. Consider counseling and medication. You read too much into everything where there is nothing there. Have a beautiful life. I wish you well. This email was absolutely beautiful because it did change my life forever. It made me see the life lesson to be learned because it narrowed and focused on everything that was wrong with the people that I engaged. She became the symbol of everything I ever grappled with in prior relationships, and her words will resonate with me forever. I owe this woman a debt of gratitude because even though I doubt I will ever run into her in this lifetime or the next, or probably the next 10 lifetimes, it was like a beacon of light shining through with a major breakthrough that brought me about face with God, what truly mattered, and the depths of cruelty of another human being, and why this was exactly the energy in my life I needed to eliminate. And it set in motion my path to ascension, my path to higher understanding, and awakening to my life's mission. Because as within mere weeks of this email, I saw her in the arms of another man and looking like, oh, wait, oh, hey, you're not supposed to see me with this guy here. She was a master of psychological manipulation. She took my openness for weakness. She disposed of me accordingly and did me the hugest favor ever. And I hope that this man that I saw her with, or whoever she ended up with, made her truly happy because she deserves happiness and I deserve happiness. And so if cheating and everything that happened there was necessary, then that's what was necessary. This email, first off, was dishonest, right? Because the writer is accusing me of being argumentative, disrespecting boundaries, engaging behaviors like yelling, cursing, and being violent. These accusations seem exaggerated or untrue, especially when I had expressed a desire for peace and had asked myself that we try to come to some sort of understanding, but she never would really give me clarity on what that understanding was. And primarily that was because of the fact that she didn't want to see what she didn't want me to see what she was doing next. Because if I was around her too much, then I would have discovered that she was in fact stepping out and cheating with I don't know who, what, or whatever, men, women, whatever she was out there stepping with. That's her business. And then she's talking about, oh, I need to work on self-esteem, depression, hygiene, relationships. This tone implies that, she is superior and she's turning around judging me and advising me. And it's not grounded in any empathy or genuine care like she pretends to be. She has this sort of superior position of morality, dictating and looking down on me while not looking at any way in her role in the situation, which is literally that she woke up one morning and just told me it's over and never gave really a real explanation except for things that were lies. Basically something to get me to go away quickly so she could go on and, I don't know, be with other men or other women or whatever the heck she was doing, going to spiritual conferences with lovers, all that good stuff. So she wanted to control the narrative. She wanted to manipulate the emotions. She wanted to keep me off balance. She wanted to not seek true resolution, but be completely dishonest. And in that, you can see her egotism coming out of that because she's being very patronizing with the message. It seems so innocent when you read it, right? Like focused on healing me, like as if she needed healing in that moment. She didn't. I mean, she's literally going to conferences, enjoying herself with other people, and who are literally putting their names at the bottom of the picture that she sends me from the conference. Almost like a slap in the face, like, hey, I want you to see that I'm cheating with someone else. That's really, really brutal. Um, Gaslighting. That's when you manipulate someone into doubting their own reality or their perceptions. In this case, I'm seeing these things. I'm seeing indications. I'm seeing that clearly someone who she claims she's not dealing with anymore is putting their name into a photo of a text message she sends me. Like, how is that? How am I supposed to feel receiving a message like that, right? So then she'd be saying, "Oh no, you're the only one that has the problem. I'm not gaslighting anybody." And no, that's cruelty, that's manipulative, and it's absolutely gaslighting. And so it made me kind of realize that this type of situation was not in my best interest. I recognize the behavior, I recognize the dishonesty, I recognize the arrogance, the mischief, the egotism, and that this was all destructive to my psychological well being. And so separation was a beautiful thing. Preserving my own boundaries was a beautiful thing because that was the path to my healing. Because while she's dismissive of my peace and manipulates me into feeling guilty, the harm that she wreaked was like a wrecking ball. And so as a result, she had no regard for my mental space. And so, really, to try to further engage her in a relationship would have just led to more confusion, self doubt, and to a destruction of my ego altogether. And so, gaslighting and arrogance and the way that she's attacking my mental well being and self esteem, it's just absolutely problematic. And it's the kind of thing that can really emotionally exhaust a person. So separation was the best thing because it supported my psychological healing and allowed me to foster personal growth. Because while she's just targeting my flaws while not looking at anything in her own eye, right? The peck in your own eye they talk about, right? This becomes a cycle of toxic criticism and emotional manipulation. And so as a result, now disregarding all of my feelings, my well-being, putting her cheating in my face but pretending I don't see what I'm seeing, absolutely terrible. And so, that's the beautiful thing about it is that I can comfortably discuss it now. I can comfortably say that, you know what, I knew what happened to me. I know that these actions were very narcissistic and that they were destructive and there was no mutual respect, there was no kindness, there was no understanding. I mean, literally, she invited me to live with her, and then, like I said, she literally wakes up one morning and says, "Get out of my house." So it was what it was. I was used for a time period, and I have to get over that, right? Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes a booty call is just a booty call, and so that's fine. I prefer the honesty rather than the manipulation, but being able to separate from that allowed me to have a balanced life. It allowed me to examine myself, to embrace my discomfort, to really get to know who I am as a character deep down. A person that's not just moving from relationship to being hurt by other people, but someone who sees my own inner strength, who sees my own inner calling, and can come face to face with God and try to realize who I really am and what I was truly meant to be. And so that unlocked my greatest potential. And so I just have gratitude for that. I just have to say thank you. Thank you because you helped me to really see how to become balanced. Temperance is the key. Balance is the key. If you want to understand the path to growth, you have to understand that there must be balance in things. You must learn how to no longer let certain things affect you. Even on this political campaign trail that I just emerged from, there were a lot of people who were opposed to me on the political campaign trail as enemies. And learning this balance, learning this mental fortitude allowed me to deal with people who slammed doors in my face, who treated me absolutely ruthlessly. Basically told me, "Sir, I don't want to hear your campaign spiel. I don't want to talk to you because I don't care about you. I don't care about your campaign. I already know what I'm doing. I'm for your opponent, and any conversation between us would just be a waste of time. So there's no need for you to want to say anything because I just don't care." And that is the important lesson there. When people show you who they are, you believe them. You believe them right away and you don't doubt yourself. You don't sit there and say, maybe I heard that wrong. Maybe I should give them another chance. Maybe they were just having a bad day. No, they're not having a bad day. They're just nasty people. And you have to recognize that and you have to nip that in the bud right away and you have to move on and realize that person is not for your life. And it's okay. It's okay because you go and find the good people who have good hearts that are out there in this world because there's so many of them. I once remember reading a quote the other day where someone said, "Stop giving second chances because there are people you never even gave a first chance to." And the person was absolutely right. You don't sit there and go round and round with people who have already betrayed you and showed you who they are. There are billions of people in the world, and you go out and you find them and you enjoy them and you learn them and you realize if you can trust them and if that person becomes your friend, that person becomes your companion, you run with that. People from the past who betrayed you have already shown you everything in their toolkit. Why risk another time to be set up and to be failed? And that's my message to you. So if you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, it's a safe space. All are welcome. If you're returning, I'm so glad you're back. I love each and every one of you, collective. You make this channel so great. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protection if you so deserve it. Remember out there, be good to each other, be sweet to each other, and find those good, sweet people to you. Don't settle for the people who truly are your enemies. It's just not worth it. Amen. Take care.